Good evening. We will call to order the City of Rockford's regularly scheduled City Council meeting for Monday, November 17th, 2025. This evening we are fortunate we have Chaplain Mark Miller with us to provide an invocation.
Let us pray. Father, we come to you tonight asking for wisdom, asking for guidance, asking for your protection over this city. Protect the people, protect the men and women who defend this city, protect the people who protect the firemen, police, and all of the servants. Lord, I ask you to give everyone in this council wisdom. I ask you to let the debate be lively but truthful. And I ask you, Father, to guide every decision made for the benefit of the people of this city. In Jesus' name, amen. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Alderman Frost. Here. Tarina. Here. Fronty. Here. Wilkins. Here. Hoffman. Alderman Hoffman. Here. Alderman Granith. Here. Beach. Here. Salgado. Bell. Here. Bonnie. Here. Logeman. Here. 11 present.
Excellent. We have a quorum this evening. We have no proclamations, so we're going to go to petitions and communications, and we will begin with Planning and Development Committee and Alderwoman Wilkins.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item 1 is a memorandum from Andrea Henricks, Housing and Program Manager, regarding the 2026 Annual Action Plan, Citizen Participation Plan, and amendments to 2020-2024 Annual Action Plan, referred to Planning and Development Committee.
Thank you. Next, we're going to go to Code and Regulation Committee. Alderman Bonnie.
Thank you, Mayor. We have 5 items, all of which are referred to Code and Regulation Committee. Item 1 is Zoning Board of Appeals agenda for the meeting to be held on November 18th and minutes from that meeting for consideration at the Code and Regulation Committee on November 24th, 2025. Item 2, Liquor and Tobacco Advisory Board's agenda for the meeting to be held on November 18th and minutes from that meeting for consideration at the Code and Regulation Committee meeting on November 24th, 2025. Item 3 is a memorandum from Jacob Rubin, Assistant City Attorney, regarding the annexation of 5581 Montague Road. Item 4, memorandum from Martin Bloom, Project Manager, Permits and Special Events, regarding the upcoming special event for Festival of Lights. Item 5, I think I said 5, we actually have 6. Memorandum for Martin Bloom, Project Manager, Permits and Special Events, regarding a request to vacate the right-of-way for 203 South Rockford Avenue. And 6, memorandum from Scott Capovilla, Planning and Zoning Manager, regarding the final plat of St. Luke's Missionary Baptist Church of Rockford Subdivision.
Thank you. Next, we're going to go to Finance and Personnel Committee. Alderman Frost.
Thank you. Both matters will be referred to the Finance and Personnel Committee. Number 1 is a memorandum from Timothy Hankins regarding the approval of the 2026 through 2030 Capital Improvements Program. And number 2 is a memorandum from Jennifer Cachapaya regarding the acceptance of an Illinois Criminal Justice Information Grant Award to the Family Police Center. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Was there a third item or no? Okay, thank you.
Is there one more? I must have an old. There's one more item.
Thank you.
It is a memorandum from Owen Carter regarding the acceptance of 2 sub-recipient agreements through the Continuum of Care PY24 approved grant. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll ask our Legal Director, Director Hammer, to provide a Comcast update.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are in receipt of the Comcast quarterly franchise fee payment in the amount of $276,166.18.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to our public speakers. Want to remind our public speakers that there's a microphone on the back right as well as back left of council chambers. You have 3 minutes to address the city council. At the end of that 3 minutes, if my phone's functioning correctly, you will have an alarm sound and ask that you close up your comments. If it is not, I will ask that you close up your comments. Our first public speaker this evening is Prophet Yusuf.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In the book of Psalms, the 133rd chapter, the first verse, it says, "Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity." What I want to speak about tonight, when thanking veterans, be sure to thank immigrants. Since 1919, a proclamation from President Woodrow Wilson, President have honored our veterans. President Ronald Reagan did so November the 10th, 1986, at which time he stated, "On Veterans Day, we take time from ordinary business of daily life to pay honor to those who have served in the armed forces throughout our nation's history. It is right that we should meditate upon the principle which so many Americans have fought for: peace, freedom, justice, equality, the sacred and inviolable dignity of all men, principles that still give hope to the nation. But let us, above all, consider the veterans themselves, the millions of men and women who have given of themselves, even of their lives. Our veterans have come from the grassy plains of Iowa and the streets of Brooklyn, the streets of Rockford, Freeport, and Chicago. They have spoken with the twang of New England and the drawl of the South, and often with the accent of the foreign lands of their birth. And from the time of the Revolution, when black soldiers fought for the American cause, they have represented our country's diverse ethnic heritage, and they have prevailed so that today the United States of America is the greatest nation on earth. Many who fought in the Revolutionary War were immigrants, or the children of immigrants. Over the century, millions of immigrants have served in the military in all wars, with historical records showing hundreds of thousands who served. In the last century alone, over 760,000 immigrants, service members, have gained United States citizenship through their service. In the last 20 years, over 148,000 immigrants have served and earned citizenship. As of 2022, there were nearly 31,000 foreign-born veterans. So don't believe the lies they say about blacks. Don't believe the lies they say about Hispanics. Don't believe the lies they say about immigrants. In some way, each of us are connected to a veteran. I believe if there's any one of us here tonight at City Hall who is not sure of their connection to a veteran, take the time and search it out. Your relation may even date back to 1776. Thank God for all veterans. Welcome back home, my brothers and sisters. One country, one flag. I also been wanting to tell Alderwoman Meeks and Judge Rosemary Covers and Pastor Elbert Smith this for a long time. And I'm going to get it off my chest tonight. I don't like you, I love you, and you can't do nothing about it. And happy birthday, my good friends, and I wish you many more. And God bless you and your family. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my good friends. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you. Our next public speaker this evening is John Tack Brantley.
Good evening, Mayor McNamara, our citizens, all the persons, our citizens of Rockford, Illinois, and most of all, those who's watching. Last week, a few people came to me wondering why they didn't see me speak. And once again, I remind them that we live in Rockford, remind me of South Africa, apartheid, and plus white privilege. It's alive and well here in Rockford. Point given, and what have you, if we look at Booker Washington Center, it shouldn't be called Booker Washington Center. It should be called Booker Washington Reservation. Why do our people brag about being where they couldn't go downtown or across the river? The only place they can go is to Booker Washington Center and whatever. Only thing they did was open up the corral and let the people out the corral. We have nothing here on the west side of Rockford. When Tom McNamara, when your dad was in office, we worked with him. I was on WLUV 96.7. He asked not to blast him, but even though we had our difference, we was able to work together. They made a promise that they was going to build on the east side of the river, and then they was going to come and build on the west side of the river. Get off of there. And instead, they turned the west side into a green, or oasis. The first person that was killed in the revolution was a black person. How can you take us out their history? Booker Washington was the biggest sellout during his days. He sold his soul to the devil when he allowed Tuskegee to use our people for $40 a week, while all they had to pay for finding a cure for the narrow disease and cancer and what have you. But yet they want to praise Booker Washington. I'm totally against that. But getting back to right here in Rockford, we are planning on taking our kids to the Harlem Gold Travelers. The Harlem Gold Travelers this year will be 100-year, their anniversary. They will be here in Rockford. The Harlem Gold Travelers originated out of Chicago. And back in 1915, Harlem Gold Travelers was averaging 2,000 to 4,000 people to their game. The NBA was only bringing in 800 to 1,200 people. The NBA was the first ones to draft the black players. They drafted them from the Harlem Gold Travelers team. The Lakers, before they went to California, they was in Minneapolis. The Lakers dominated the NBA back in the early. The Harlem Gold Travelers was the only team to ever beat the Lakers. And so this year is going to be their 100-year anniversary. I've been averaging 60 and 80 kids I've been taking to the Harlem Gold Travelers game. This year we want to bring in 100 kids. The Pride District is on board with me, working with me, and bringing in more than 100. When I go and speak to the school board always brings 5 to 1,000 kids to a hockey game where they see them fighting. Why not bring 500 of our kids to the Harlem Gold Travelers where they seeing someone entertaining? The last time we did that 8 years ago, I took some game bangers from Orton Keys to the Harlem Gold Travelers game. They stopped game banging and they became productive citizens of our community. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you. Next speaker this evening is Stephen McMaster.
Hello. Hi, my name's Stephen McMaster. Some of you may have seen me around. I've been on a bit of a city tour lately, going to as many council meetings, as many county committee meetings, as many meetings as possible to try to be a more informed citizen in my town. I love this town. I've been going to the Park District meetings and hearing such passion and joy for our community, and that fills me with pride. It honestly, truly does. There's a lot of great work happening in this city. Unfortunately, I've also encountered some issues, specifically just with access to meetings and information. There is something called the Open Meetings Act. That is a law that is in that Illinois specifically has. Every state does, but Illinois has one that's pretty simple. It's like 3 pages, and every single person who's sitting on any committee or any position of power here has done a training for the OMA. Unfortunately, I have not seen that firsthand everywhere. I don't want to call out any specific committees. I don't want to call out any specific people, because I believe everybody has the right to apologize and fix their behavior. Unfortunately, I've encountered locked doors at public meetings. I've waited for my ability to speak and then had that never been offered. I've been to a public meeting where I was told I could not attend despite the fact that there was public comment literally as a listed agenda item. This doesn't fill me with pride. This doesn't fill me with transparency. Unfortunately, the other issue I want to talk about tonight is one that I've experienced almost firsthand. There was an arrest that took place at a public park in this town. It was about 4 weeks ago, and it was arrest for trespassing. Now, it's a public park. The park is open to the public. This was a permitted event. There was a permit issued, but that doesn't give anybody the right to kick members of the public out of the public park. Unfortunately, the officers involved didn't understand that. Now, I could name and blame the officers who I have the recordings of that have been shared around the community, but I don't want to do that. I don't think it's their fault. I think it's the fault of everybody in this room. I think transparency is the responsibility of everybody in this room. I also submitted some FOIA requests that weren't answered appropriately. That's not okay. My time is up, but I will be in this back corner. If anybody wants to talk to me, I will be at every committee meeting I have access to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next public speaker this evening is Paul Goddard.
Mr. Mayor, friends, I'm Paul Goddard, and I'm represented here in this body by Alderwoman Gina Meeks. I'm here again, as I will be in the future, to talk about the major pressing issue of poetry. For now, my goal is to keep selection of the next City Poet Laureate, Rockford's literary ambassador, as the Arts Council website speaks of them, on everybody's radar screen. Last Friday, nominations closed. According to the Arts Council website, nominated candidates now have until December 5th to submit applications, with interviews taking place the week of December 8th, with a goal of selecting a new poet laureate for presentation at a meeting here in late January. According to the Arts Council website, evaluation of the applications will be conducted by a panel of, quote, literary creatives. The qualities to be scored are leadership, scope of work, community involvement, content, craft, and voice. I have asked for the Arts Council to provide the community with the names of the panel of literary creatives evaluating applications and of the nominees. This is, after all, a public position to represent the community. I will let you know what the response is. We have a thriving poetry community in this city, and that community deserves to be well represented by a poet who is engaged with and supportive of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next public speaker this evening is Denzel Winter.
Good afternoon, City Council members. I'm Denzel Winter. I didn't get a chance to speak last week because I was late signing up. But this week, I still want to say thank you to the veterans. They mean a lot to me. I have a military family, and a lot of the stuff that our veterans went through, we have no idea what. So I just want to say thank you for going out when you didn't have to, jumping in when you didn't have to, fighting when you didn't have to. Thank you. And it's appalling to me when my brothers and sisters came back from Vietnam that they were called losers and baby killers. They did the best that they could do with what they had to do. And see, people don't realize when you go to somebody else's land, you don't know what to expect over there. But they went over there fighting for us. And we need to say thank you to them. We had some of them from World War II, waited 50 years and never got, and they were dead by the time they got the Medal of Honor. But the French gave them their cross for superb service over there. We were looked at when we went over there as people. All we had to do was push them hard and they'll give up. But they found out the harder you pushed us, the harder we fought. And I want to just say thank you to all the veterans, especially my relatives and friends that went over there. They gave their life, that sacrificed a whole lot, families. And one thing I want to leave with is that it's a shame when we can't take care of our military families. They have to suffer and not be able to get food. They have to go to a pantry to get food. that's unbecoming of the United States, and they ought to be ashamed of themselves for doing that to these people. They give all they give, and to be rewarded like that, that's another crime that our president is.
Thank you. Thank you to all of our public speakers this evening. Next, we're going to move to our new committee reports, and we have nothing under planning and development, so we'll go to Code and Regulation Committee. Alderman Bonney.
Thank you, Mayor. We have 3 items. Item 1, committee recommends approval of plat number 6 of Walmart subdivision. The developer is creating an outlot in the Ashley Furniture Center parking lot for a 2-lot plat. The site was approved for a drive-through coffee shop. Item 2, committee recommends approval of the request for an honorary street name change, renaming a portion of Court Street from Montague Road to Knowlton Street. The request is for a designation of Paul L. Wixom Way in honor of Paul L. Wixom, former principal of Montague and Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary Schools. The legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance. And item 3, committee recommends approval of the request for text amendment to the City of Rockford Code of Ordinances prohibiting the sale of 70H. The legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance.
Thank you, Alderman. We have 3 items before us. Is there any discussion on those 3 items? Alderwoman Torino.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to make a motion to lay over item number 3, please.
Second. We have a motion. We have a second, so that item has been automatically laid over. We have 2 other items. Is there any discussion on those 2 other items? Seeing no discussion, clerk, please call the roll.
Durkee. Aye. Logeman. Aye. Frost. Aye. Torina. Prunty. Wilkins. Hoffman. Granith. Beach. Salgado. Bell.
Aye.
Bonney.
Aye.
12 ayes.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, we're going to go to Finance and Personnel Committee. Alderman Frost.
Thank you, Your Honor. Number 1, the committee recommends approval of vouchers in the amount of $10,147,712.20 as approved at the Finance and Personnel Committee meeting held on November 10th, 2025. Number 2, the committee recommends approval of the 2026 Budget and Appropriation Ordinance. Number 3, the committee recommends approval of the 2025 Proposed Tax Levy Ordinance. Number 4, the committee recommends approval of the 2025 Property Tax Abatement Ordinance. Number 5, the committee recommends approval of the 2026 fee schedule. Number 6, the committee recommends approval of the 2026 salary ordinance. Number 7, the committee recommends approval of the 3rd amended and restated lease agreement between the city and 303 North Main Street LLC for the lease of 303 North Main Street from July 1, 2025 to November 30, 2030. Number 8, the committee recommends approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the city and the state to utilize space for 303 North Main Street from December 1, 2025 to November 30, 2030. Number 9, the committee recommends approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the city and Four Rivers Sanitation Authority for Madison Street Phase 2 in the total amount of $296,300, which will be reimbursed to the city at 100%. Number 10, the committee recommends approval of the 3rd amendment to an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Rockford and Four Rivers Sanitation for the City Well Wastewater Discharge Agreement. And number 11, the committee recommends approval and acceptance of the Omni Rockford LLC lease agreement in the amount of $57,600. The agreement does not require a cost match, and the lease term is for 1 year. Additionally, on all items, the legal director shall prepare the appropriate ordinance.
Is that it?
That's it, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to lay over items 2 through 6.
2 through 6?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
We have a motion, and we have a second for items 2 through 6. Okay. That cuts down what we're talking about. We have items 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Is there any discussion on those? Alderman Bell?
I'd like to lay over items, just for clarification, that last motion was item 2. Am I correct?
Item 2, 3, 4,
okay,
5, and 6.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Durkee. Logeman. Frost. Torina. Prunty. Wilkins. Hoffman. Granith. Beach. Salgado. Bell. Bonnie. Item number 1, 12 ayes. Item number 7, 11 ayes, 1 abstain. Items 8 through 11, 12 ayes.
Excellent, thank you. Next, we have officers' reports. Any council members have reports? Alderman Salgado.
Thank you, Your Honor, for allowing me to speak. Just want to thank Carrie and her staff, the finance folks, for providing the budget material, answering our questions from specifics. I also want to thank Chief Red and Chief Tayo for having the time to meet with me and discuss some of the staffing operations from their standpoint and get a clearer picture on the numbers when it comes to the budget. So I just want to acknowledge and give thanks to providing that information, and obviously if there are additional, I'll be reaching out, but I just want to take the time and thank the process on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderwoman Granite?
I would like to thank Scott Sanders from Public Works and Vic from the Codes and Regulation, and also the mayor for attending my ward meeting last Thursday. It was very informative, and I think the constituents that attended really liked the great conversations that we had and the ability to answer the questions. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Other reports? Alderwoman Prunty.
Yeah. On Tuesday, thank you. On Tuesday, November 4th, I had the pleasure of attending the Rockford Wolves awards banquet at the Hard Rock Casino, and it was a beautiful evening. The event truly honored the young athletes and celebrated their dedication. I wanted to applaud the Rockford Park District, especially Lamont Jones, the coaches and the families, and everyone who pours into these young people every single day. Coach MC, I truly appreciate him. He has gone above and beyond. I know he is a family member. I also wanted to recognize we recognize the legacy of coaches before Coach MC, like Coach Eddie Manny, and the coaches who stand beside him, as well as those he continues to mentor. I also want to thank Coach Pastor Michael Smith, whose message, Books Before Ball, self-discipline, and every day should be game day, reminds us what leadership rooted in love and purpose truly looks like. The Wolves program is more than just a sports. It cultivates responsibility, builds strong bodies and strong relationships with the peers, and creates opportunities for students to develop life skills. And I just want to say how much I appreciate how much that the Park District invests in its youth. And I hope that we will not pull our cannabis dollars, which is an investment in our young people. I hope that we will continue to support initiatives that pour into our young people, and I think that one way we can do that is to protect those cannabis dollars. Thank you.
Thank you. Other reports? Alderman Bell.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I'd have to agree with the 6th Ward Alderwoman in protecting those cannabis funds. I was excited to have an opportunity tonight to debate the issue and talk more about the budget. But I guess we have to wait for another 2 weeks. Alderman, you each have a memo on your desk. I was hoping to make this motion today, but I'd hope that you all would consider potentially supporting this. And if you have any more, I guess, questions, we'd love to have conversations one-on-one over the next 2 weeks to talk about potentially prohibiting the use of the 3% cannabis recreational tax revenue, including all cannabis-related proceeds, allocations, or reserve balances from being used to supplement, offset, or otherwise fill the fiscal year 2026 general fund budget deficit. So That's all I had. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you. Any other reports? Just make note, Alderman Salgado also you should have a document and there was two other amendments. One was removing merit pay for non-represented staff, and the other one was a proposed tax levy ordinance increase of new growth, or about $327,000 if you don't have that. Next up, any other reports? No? Okay. Next up, we will move to motions and resolutions, and we'll go to Planning and Development Committee. Alderwoman Wilkins.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item 1 is committee recommends approval of the authorization for acceptance of the line item appropriation grant in the amount of $1 million from State Senator Stottleman for Davis Park Improvements Phase 1. If approved, DCEO would reimburse the city's construction costs with these grant funds.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the one item before us? Clerk, please call the roll.
Durkee. Aye. Lugeman. Aye. Frost. Aye. Torina. Prunty. Aye. Wilkins. Aye. Hoffman. Aye. Granith. Aye. Beach. Aye. Salgado. Aye. Bell. Aye. Bonnie. Aye. 12 ayes.
Thank you. Next, we have nothing under Code and Regulation, so we'll go to Finance and Personnel. Alderman Frost.
Thank you, Your Honor. Number 1, the committee recommends approval of the award of bid for Fire Station 11 renovation to Stenstrom Construction in the amount of $650,000. The contract duration is for 1 year. The funding source are ARPA funds. Number 2, the committee recommends approval of award of bid for Jefferson Street Rock River Bank stabilization to Semper Fi Land in the amount of $249,781.72. The contract duration is through April 1, 2026. The funding source is the 1% infrastructure sales tax. Number 3, committee recommends approval of award of engineering agreement for the 6th Street and 9th Street two-way conversion to Crawford Tilly in the amount of $48,485. The contract duration is through December 31, 2027. The funding source is the 1% infrastructure sales tax. Number 4, the committee recommends approval of award of RFP for parking management to ABM Parking in an estimated annual amount of $1,361,842. This contract duration is 5 years with 2 additional 1-year extension options. The funding source is the parking fund. Number 5, the committee recommends approval of an award of non-competitive contract for in-time scheduling and timekeeping software system to In-Time Services in the amount of $116,328. The contract duration is 1 year with 2 possible 1-year extension options. The funding source is the Police Department operating budget. Number 6, the committee recommends approval of the IMRF resolution to allow service credit for military service prior to participation. And number 7, the committee recommends approval of funding of $100,000 to food pantries as a reallocation of ARPA funds from Major Quarters Signage Program. I place these 7 matters before you.
Thank you. Council, there's 7 items. Is there any discussion on those 7 items? Clerk, please. Or, I'm sorry, Alderwoman Prunty, is that a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
I think I received a message regarding the number 7 as it relates to how this was to be allocated. Could you share that with the public?
Yes. I believe it's a question on item number 7 on how those funds will be allocated. I believe what we did is we looked at the pantries and looked at September and October, and staff, please correct me if I'm wrong, looked at September and October, number of households served by each of those pantries, totaled them up, assigned a percentage to them, and will allocate those funds based on those percentages.
Just wondering, is 2 months really a good indicator, or do we need to look at a longer period?
I mean,
I'm just asking.
Understood. Mr. Cagnoni?
I mean, you certainly could look at a longer or shorter period. We felt 2 months was appropriate to show the trend in regards to what was currently taking place as a result of knowing that the SNAP benefits had been, publicly stated would expire in the near future. So that's why we looked at that time frame.
Did somebody along the way somehow give people the when somebody asked me about that, they said, "Oh, well, they're going to split it equally." I'm just wondering, did we somehow communicate that poorly to some of the community or some of the recipients?
I think the confusion is with the Mayor's Hunger Luncheon Community Foundation of Northern Illinois partners with the Greater Rockford Pantry Coalition, and it was allocated, all the funds, I believe we raised over $65,000, were allocated with an equal distribution. Understanding now based on need and the number of households, like some pantries are serving 42% of the households and some are serving 1%. And so to allocate the money evenly, we want to hit as many households as possible.
All right. So it's just me.
And no, I don't believe, sorry, to answer your question directly, not to cut you off, and no, I don't believe we've misrepresented that, but I do believe that there could be a confusion based on previous program and this.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Durkee. Hogeman. Frost.
No on 3 on
Tarina.
Abstain on 4.
Prunty.
Aye.
Wilkins.
Aye.
Hoffman. Granith. Beach. Salgado. Bell. Bonnie. Item number 1 and 2, 12 ayes. Item number 3, 11 ayes, 1 no. Item number 4, 10 ayes, 1 no, 1 abstain. Item 5, 12 ayes. Item 6, 11 ayes, 1 abstain. Item 7, 12 ayes.
Thank you.
Without objection, I believe
No changes. Next, we're going to move to new business ordinances. We have nothing under planning and development. We'll go to code and regulation. Alderman Bonnie.
Thank you, Mayor. We just have one item left, an ordinance approving an honorary street name change, renaming a portion of Court Street from Montague Road to Knowlton Street. The request is for a designation of Paul L. Wixom Way in honor of Paul L. Wixom, former principal of Montague and Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary Schools.
Thank you. Council, we have one item before you. I need discussion on that one item. Clerk, please call the roll.
Durkee.
Aye.
Logeman.
Aye.
Frost.
Aye.
Tarina. Aye. Prunty. Aye. Wilkins. Aye. Hoffman. Aye. Granith. Aye. Beach. Aye. Salgado. Aye. Bell.
Aye.
Bonnie.
Aye.
12 ayes.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, we're going to go to Finance and Personnel Committee. Alderman Frost.
Thank you, Your Honor. Number 1 through 5 have been laid over. Starting with number 6 is an ordinance approving the third amended and restated lease agreement between the city and 303 North Main Street LLC for the lease of 303 North Main Street from July 1, 2025 to November 30, 2030. Number 7 is an ordinance approving an IGA between the city and the state to utilize space for 303 North Main Street from December 1, 2025 to November 30, 2030. Number 8 is an ordinance approving an IGA between the City of Rockford and Fort River Sanitation Authority for Madison Street Phase 2 in the total amount of $296,300, which will be reimbursed to the city at 100%. Number 9 is an ordinance approving the third amendment to an IGA between the city and Fort River Sanitation for the city well wastewater discharge agreement. And number 10 is an ordinance approving the Omni Rockford LLC lease agreement in the amount of $57,600. This agreement does not require cost-matched lease terms for 1 year. I place these 5 matters before you.
Thank you, Council. We have 5 items before you, items 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Any discussion on those 5 items? Clerk, please call the roll.
Durkee. Aye. Logeman. Aye. Frost.
Aye.
Tarina. Aye. Prunty. Aye. Wilkins. Aye. Hoffman. Aye. Granith. Aye. Beach. Salgado. Aye. Bell. Bonnie. Aye. Item number 6, 12 ayes. Item 7, 11 ayes, 1 abstain. Items 8, 9, and 10, 12 ayes.
Excellent. Thank you. Alderman Frost,
Yes, Your Honor.
do you have anything exciting for us?
No one gave me anything, but I have a feeling, Your Honor, that if I had something in front of me, it would be a motion to convene a closed session to discuss labor negotiation matters
Pending litigation.
and pending litigation matters.
We have a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Durkee. Logeman. Frost.
Aye.
Torina. Hunty. Wilkins. Hoffman. Granith. Beach. Salgado. Bell. Bonnie. 12 ayes.
Excellent. We'll convene into closed session and return. ready?
Oh, wait.
All right, we are now back in open session. Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Logeman. Here. Durkee. Durkee. Here. Tarina. Prunty. Wilkins. Hoffman. Granith. Beach. Salgado. Bell. Bonnie.
Awesome. Motion to